false, and it has to harm someone's reputation. It has to be about that person too. You couldn't just say someone, robbed the bank, the First National Bank in Northfield, and they say, well, that is clearly referring to me. If there's no way you could pin it back to that person or say, oh, it was referring to me, then there's no case. So it has to be about someone, has to harm the reputation, has to be false, has to be a statement of fact. And if it's a public figure, if you're trashing like the governor or the president, it probably has to be, this is like an additional level, it has to be false, and you had to most likely known it was false when you wrote it. So there's that additional threshold for public figures.
I have a question about sponsorships. We touched on this a couple months ago, and I'm not sure if there's really a across-the-board answer. If you don't disclose a sponsorship, what types of fines could people be looking at as far as bloggers go, or like run-of-the-mill folks that are in this room? Like, is it?
It might. I'm not sure what the upper limit would be. It would. Well.
And is that something that you're penalized like per time you post? So if I say something about a diet I'm on, they don't say that they're giving me product. Not that that happens, but yeah. Okay.
A lot of FTC actions get settled anyway, so it's hard to say. I guess I don't know offhand what the maximum would be. If it's a large company like Best Buy or Target, and you're doing something that would affect millions or billions of dollars of sales, if you're famous and blogging, well, but not too famous to actually get out of but just famous enough that you've got lots of followers, but you're not officially famous.
I think he's not listening to you.
Yeah.
Our celebrity is not.
Well, that's okay.
Oh, like the Twitter feed.
But then perhaps the fines could be pretty substantial. But
so are we talking like thousands of bucks, tens of thousands of bucks, $1 million bucks? Just a guesstimation.
Yeah, in the tens of thousands for sure would be reasonable. I don't know.
I will say the FTC does not mind levying kinds of fines that will put a small business out of business.
Is it as simple as, if somebody's talking about something and it takes up 140 characters, obviously the word sponsored is pretty long. Can you just like write an S like in parentheses, or like what? Is there anything that's kind of shorthand for that, or?
The suggestions I've seen are #ad, #paid, and #spawn. SPON.
That's slightly awkward. Okay.